Alright, welcome back. Let's dive straight into the action here, tea time.
Obviously, we're starting things off with a single set of utility on either side of things. The dually pulled out from Trust, courtesy of Roman, and paired with the only double flash and smoke to assist K23 in their ventures. A lot of presence early on coming out for a connector as well. And if you look over towards sAw, they're getting ready to prevent the B short hit, but a rotation back towards A will be a little bit more difficult should K23 actually manage to sneak over and get a quick pick.
Magno is definitely going to be one of the players I'm watching, and he's checking those angles fairly cleanly. Nice silent push up through that connected position. I saw they are reading into this silence, and they have started a bit of a rotation back. So U-Jerks going back up. Story should get a read on this in the moment. The utility is now going to be going out, and the arc action starts. Roman, Magno gets the first kill though. Good entry. U-Jerks from the sidelines. Try and hold off this barrage of players, but he's going to get absolutely damaged. Does find one, but the trade going to be instantaneous. This balance. Bomb getting fairly secure area. Bank. Well, that's going to be there. The last player left alive. Headshot as well. Finding the return fire with the Julies. He's got 1 HP, mate. He's going to get slaughtered here, but who knows? He's got enough bullets in the magazine. He can just go tap-de-tap. Maybe I'll think better of it. He has got some armor.
And look, this is just where, like I mentioned before, rotating back over towards the A bomb site once you've lost your garbage player. Well, not your garbage player. Gosh, I hate saying it like that. But once you've got your players at the garbage bins, and everyone else is coming back from graffiti and whatnot as well. That's one of the issues of having a player positioned that defensively back towards the bomb site. Even if you are going to have a player at dice as well, you just get blocked off and blocked out, and then you're just trying to parade through against Glocks close range. It's very difficult to actually deal with. It's one of the reasons why you'll see generally the A side player playing a bit further forward in the toilets or so, but obviously with sAw trying to make their primary point of aggression into B short, that's not exactly what they had at the game plan. And now, circling back towards a full force by U-Jerks as well, actually not really keeping much money into his bank account. Story is going to be set up to try and buy for him.
5-7s can come in use, especially down in towards underpass, mate. They're going to be fairly destructive. U-Jerks, like you said, pretty much no money in the bank for any of these plays. 200, 700 across two of them. Two new faces as well on the board, or newest. K23 looking fairly healthy. I mean, Galil's galore, and they decided to go in for the utility approach. Is that the right call, or, you know, would you like to see some more AKs here?
I mean, I'm always a lover of utility. Especially on a map like Overpass where you're going to need so many more Molotovs, flashes, and everything, right? Now you can see Story's in a good position to be able to actually disrupt. There's an isolated duel here for him to get. Magno is going to be walking right into his crosshair. Good for the first make it, Stu! And right there, this long push has to activate. There's no one on the A-bomb side, but it's a 3-on-5, and the retake is on. Story yet to recover the Galil that's left over to Muris.
Potential here for these players, but they're going to have to act fast. This man that's going to be holding up the rear. P250 in hand, scout on the back. He might be the end of them if they don't really go in for the kills there. The headshot comes through, but it's only going to be a dink, not the kill. He's going to have to back off. U-Jerks is going to go down, but just for the trade-off. Regin, he's got the Galil. He's the last man standing over towards the side of the boat. This man's still alive. Make that now disbalance to try and go in with the scout. The bomb is planted for him on the spot. But the headshot comes out and Story just slamming home the Huandis. 3 headshots for that gun. Absolutely beautiful round here, and recovery from sAw.
You can just see the difference between how sAw's positioning can actually enable them to have a faster rotate and even just an individual play compared to the previous round. Obviously, that's a pistol round. Don't care that much about it. You're always going to have some sort of gamble going on in an ideal state. But right here, Story, fantastic position with Eagle, just able to catch them off. Not enough utility used despite K23 purchasing a fair bit. They prioritize having most of their smokes and Molotov on the bomb site itself. And that's a trap that you can very easily fall into when you're playing up against the Deagles and expecting a stack to come through, which has become more of the modern metagame. But teams that are willing to play one aggro somewhere else can really take advantage of gambles like this one if you aren't using utility early on.
Flash is at the ready from Story, but it doesn't need to come into fruition. Nade goes out, but K23 decided to back off, play a little bit slow on that front. They have forced into this. $150 across all the players there, so they're going to have to bank on either winning this one or playing in front of Eco next round. Or another force, to be the case. I want to see Disbalance actually pop off of the scout.
Ball control have been largely completely forfeited from the CT side, and obviously this is to be compensated to some extent by Roman's position, but it's such a difficult angle to hold with just a Galil. You do have a few flashes that can come over. Stories used as smoke back to toilet, so you will be having the double focus down long, eye disbalance position revealed, flashbang. Not too great. They end up self-flashing on the CT side, but Roman is only put underneath the microscope.
Oh, Roman, he's literally on the other side of the smoke from these players. They don't realize he's going to be able to pull out a double. The trade comes through, the damage is done. Magno is going to be going in, trying to get some kind of trade here, but Mutris is there to answer the call. The Tech 9 is not going to hit its mark. Sticking with the 5-7. Classy.
Fantastic reaction coming out from Roman over there. The fact that he's pushing through, recognizing the inability to have toilets control later on. He doesn't have any flashes. He had to make a play where he's trying to fade the smoke or something like it, and the timing works out perfectly for them. Even if there had been just a play or help.
Oh.
Right there.
Did miss what you had just said. Play off it. Glocks. Just because I missed what you said there, I don't know if it happened on stream, but what were you saying? No? Mike. Oh, it's Roy managed to find one. Roman going to be able to find a couple here as well. Mutris push up on around. Little hand of J.Yo's not going to be able to answer back whatsoever. He's locked down. There you go. See you. Well, that's what we want to be seeing from sAw. Trying to close out these easy rounds, make sure they can get a bit of a balance on board. And K23 going to have to answer back now. They have gone into a buy. It's going to be a bunch of smokes. Decent amount of utility AKs in hand as well. I'd like to see a bit of a fast-paced round. We do have a lurker over towards that B area, trying to hold them off. Oh, initial damage going to be coming out. Roman. And initially aggressive. Falling back. Disbalance in Eurasian just going to be pushing up. Aggressive. Seeing what's for. They go over towards long, being a little bit dangerous there, pulling his knife out when he should potentially stick with just an AK. A couple of mistakes, but that happened so far. And through the smoke, Roman! He just shuts them down. Good luck attempting that in future. Oh, he's still alone here over towards toilets. His partner Prime is still over towards long at the moment. Decent in positioning. Meanwhile, over towards B, we do have Jerk Story and just playing in towards that monster position. A bit more defensive. Magno dropped a flash over towards his teammates. It does seem it is going to be an A hit here. Roman going to have to act fast. His teammates as well. It's potentially going to be a backstab coming through, but it might be too little too late. Depending on if the bomb goes down and planted for the right position. Oh, they're going to be acting too slow. K23 taking their time. Mutris, he's coming up from behind. He's going to have to act fast. The Disbalance takes down Roman. And Mutris, he's coming in. Going for the backstab. Gets a kill, but in the meantime does get tagged heavily. Flash going to be going out as well, but the bomb is planted. And this does mean that they're not actually going to be going back towards... Oh, Disbalance. Unsure where this player was. Spinning all around. Damage comes out, he still stays alive. 6 HP on the board. He's going to be round this corner. Mutu's going to have a difficult time on this run, but U-Jerk's going to be pushing up as well. His teammates. Fantastic kill. That now allows them entry in towards this site. The bomb is U-Jerk's has to get this trade. It comes through. It's going to be a team kill, though, from Just. And over from Long. Magno coming in, but the bomb has been defused. Nice attempt. He almost goes down there. The AWP coming out. Magno playing with a lot of confidence, but unfortunately his teammates do fall.
And you're going to start to see this being a consistent problem potentially, because K23 they're getting the bomb plant, right? They're getting onto the bomb side. They're being given a lot of space by sAw, which is one of the reasons why they've been so unsuccessful in their Overpass campaigns generally, is that they are willing to do that. But over here, the difference is they're playing the post plant retakes so incredibly well, and K23 just doesn't have an answer for it. They're consistently ending up in man-down positions when the bomb is planted, and after that, it's just, you know, hero peaks coming out from Uterus, individual plays coming out from Story here and there. It's just generally really nicely played all across the board.
Oh, Mutrus, Magno. Absolute slapper of a shot through the door. Pixel shot like that. Mutrus is going to catch a play off guard. X5 unable to get away in time. The Eagles galore on this side. So I look at fairly happy and fairly confident on this. We're only 5 rounds in, mate, but I mean, we're a little bit of a doubter coming into this on sAw's ability.
I've been very impressed by what they've had to show so far. To be frank, this is again, I am seeing why they struggled on Overpass, right? But the difference is that they've got some great band-aids to make up for that fact, make up for that early map control that they've been willing to give up, and K23 just haven't been able to capitalize the same way.
Well, see if they can capitalize on this round. They have got advantage in regards to manpower. Ujerk's going to be trying to up the odds, but Magno answers back with another headshot on another player. Rotation's going to be coming out, but we're already going to see the site under attack.
Surely this has to be a save coming out from the CT side. There's no way they go for this. They don't have any pathway back over into the bomb site, and yeah. Great round coming out from Magno. The fact that he's able to find that kill on short just changes everything for them.
That's difficult. Yeah, Magno really changing the tides. Excited to see what he can do further into this round. So this is going to be starting to build up a bit of an economy for K23, which they honestly desperately need. On the other side, sAw, they're going to be able to buy into this next one. But things could start to be a little bit difficult if they continue on losing so many players.
Obviously, it'll be something to keep an eye out for as well, to see how Story adapts his play with the AWP as well. I'm wondering about whether we're going to see a little bit more aggression to come through from him. Obviously, earlier on with the Eagle, he was the one to try and play off that off angle and everything as well. I'd love to see Story trying to get in some of those traditional off peaks early on. I know that, especially within the tier 2 scene, a lot of the region has started pivoting away from that unless you've just got a crazy hyperactive superstar opper. But that's something that you do sort of need to be in EU. Yeah,
and I mean, if you're not spawned in the right spot, like your timing's just going to be off completely. So it's always going to be a bit of an RNG moment. The main piece of RNG in CSGO. I don't know where you spawn. Where is he spawn at the moment? I think he's in actually a decent position, so I would like to see him go up and towards that party area, mate. Go for more of a traditional one.
Of course, at the same time, K23, they have pulled out the op for IDIS balance as well, so you've got the theoretical op and op action that you could end up seeing. Very rare in Overpass, especially given how the T-sides wouldn't like to play, but wouldn't be too surprised if this ends up being another B-sided hit to come through from K23 if they can get connector control early on. Looks like Story is going to be going for that attempt, though.
We'd like to see Molly as well going to be coming out. He doesn't go for the directly traditional op, but lands the shot. On those stairs, Jo going to be playing aggressive towards Fountain. He's got the information. Managed to get a little bit of a shot out, but no damage has landed. Story still going to be peeking down this short position. K23 are playing aggressive. They're not going to let this hang. They want to make sure they bounce back. Play aggressive, play fast and furious, but unfortunately Story's there. He's countering them fantastically. I'm going to have to be careful, Magno. Around the other side of the wall there. He does decide to back off. Nice Story, that is.
Generally not a big proponent of splitting up your A-sided players. If you've only got 2 of them, do prefer seeing them on one end. But if Story's willing to play shotgun op like that and continually contest the different angles of Toilet, then you can see why they're deeming him capable of doing it all on his own. It's an incredibly important fact to find inside Toilets. You saw even before that they were, you know, letting Roman maybe try and creep into the smokes later on into the round. They're using that as a priority to establish a larger advantage, and It's paying off massively for them. Story might even have been given another chance, but instead, Disbalance will fall to the hands and rifles of Roman.
Solid position. Did Story take a shot there? I might have missed it.
On Roman, no.
Okay,
Sorry, sure. Oh no, Disbalance? No, he didn't.
I wasn't sure if he baited out the player there. Ooh, good shot's going to be coming in from X5. His teammates will be bolstering him up. The smoke is here. Allows him to back off. AWP recovered, and that's got to be a save. Seconds, and you know, sAw managed to take down quite a few members of K23 in the last round, a couple of them at least, and they go into this this following round with all their guns, so they're, you know, keeping their economy on check. Exactly.
Obviously, we've now seen K23 come out on top in a couple of different rounds, but unfortunately none of them have really been the sustainable sort that you would want to see from them. The first one coming out of the pistol round, the second one is a half by leading in towards the B bomb site. Generally speaking, of the gun round, saw's been incredibly good at just making sure that they've been shut down. Now the good nade, X5 was playing around with the idea of trying to take in some short control and see if he can climb up the sandbags position a little bit more quickly, but nothing of the sort will be afforded to them. They've shifted and pivoted their sights back to B, but you can already see in the minimap there is a swarm of blue headed over to B.
Interesting to see how K23 are going to counter this. They're going to be able to rotate in time. Bad nade from JO. Misses the mark. Going to give away information. X5 pushes, but Story's there playing that shotgun. Or Magno now knows there's not there, but he's going to be pushing far too aggressive. Mutrus and Ujoks are going to be there to meet them head on. Slams them down, denies them any kind of ground. Disbalance has to back off with AWP. Vision and Disbalance, they're just unable to find any sort of grips in these rounds. I mean, 2 rounds, cool, but it's even those were a bit of a struggle.
You can just see in the kills right now, it's dismal. You don't know who is going to be stepping out from the K23 side to be delivering individual duels for them. And it's not like you're put in these 50-50s. Consistently, you're seeing them in disadvantaged positions where they're either not ready or they're trying to face into multiple people on the other side. K23 are just not able to strategically get themselves in a position. And you can see this being one of those cases of, hey, I mean, I praise them for this. I think it's one of the reasons why they've gotten so far in the playoffs, but it's also why they were eventually going to get found out that if you're trying to pick into your opponent's weakness and you're not that great on the map yourself, eventually it is going to come back to bite you. And I'm not saying they're out of it yet, but it's not a good sign with how things are going. I mean, look at the CT side economy as well. It is robust.
Yeah, they're going to start buying Zeus's in a moment, mate, because they're going to feel so flush. Just chuck some extra firepower to the opposition. I expected maybe attack pause coming out from K23, but seems like they had enough time at the end of that round to reset, recalibrate, and work out what they're going to try and do win some of these duels. And like I said, it's kind of hard to work out where that firepower is at the moment on the board. I mean, Magno was showing up, he was doing a good job, but at the same time, he's being countered quite hard by the likes of Story. Oh, there you go. Disbalance does take down Story. The AWP on AWP action. Jack's holding on to this B short position. I don't think he was spotted there, so he's going to get away scot-free. He doesn't get a kill for his trouble.
Good Molotov. It'll be separating out 2 of these players from the rest of the 3. It actually makes it a bit harder to go for the execute early in. JL's going to be repositioning in the meanwhile, but look at the rotates from the CT side. They are getting ready to commit, and with the smoke deployed, they will have heard that it's a push through short. It's the perfect sAw to make. X5 all the way through, just down in water. He's all alone. He has to put up a defense.
Yeah, Magno's going to be deep around the corner, spots out this player, but it's going to be sAw going to be able to pick up a double kill. Just doing a fantastic job. The Ujoks from heaven as well going to pick up a double. The final is going to be just from the waterway. Ah, absolutely beautiful play. The fact that he was able to hold on to that by himself is massive.
Incredible. And again, you're just seeing these positions where you're running into Just. He's not flashing, he's not Molotov. There's a smoke actually kind of obscuring his vision just a little bit. Not enough to be excusable, but it is just getting to a point where we're starting to wonder where are the I's and the T's to be dotted and crossed, because it feels like K23 aren't even on their alphabets yet.
Yeah, they're still stumbling over themselves. That seemed like a decent execute, but the follow through was just not there, mate. They attempted to go for the kills and they just piled straight into the rifle and fell pretty much to one man. I mean, Ujerks obviously from heaven was doing a fantastic job, picked up 2 kills, but
yeah. I mean, you've got a side smoke and then you're trying to swing out wide into water. You're going to be completely destroyed by the heaven player, and the water man doesn't have someone trying to creep up through bridge either, so he only has to take care of one angle. It's not ideal pathing coming out for sure, and now Just will fall. Ujerks fully blind is going to be the trade, so at the very least they found an advantage for themselves early on. What do they do with it, though, is the question.
They decided to sit back. Magno is going to go search for some information. So they went aggressive, managed to find a couple of kills, and they fell backwards. So this could still work out. They've got a minute on the clock. But are they going to get in their heads? That's a real question. Are they going to overthink some of the plays that they should be doing? That can be quite simplistic.
There's 35 seconds and Roman's got a smoke. He pops this down in 5 seconds and it gets a little bit more dangerous than you'd like it to be, especially if he's going for the one-way, and indeed he is. It becomes so much more difficult to actually scale up. He's got 15 seconds where he should be able to prevent them from actually coming in, but Magno, good sight, trying to pre-fire it beforehand. Raging's got a solid trade as well, so Roman constricted to just the one, but the bomb is down, and the Molotov will go forward. Doesn't quite get itself onto the bomb lock position, so Muterus has to do it the old-fashioned way. Good for one. Raging trades, and it's Story all alone, swinging out wide, but the AWP will be given no targets to aim down at. Raging ducking away, knows that all he has to do is staying alive, but it's not going to happen. Story spotted out the head. Raging positioning going by the wayside, and Idis Balance will not be aware of the beat to come through. Story's been able to spot him out. Piece forward. Idis Balance, the pre-fight doesn't quite connect, and Story, he's been locked in a difficult position, but he'll have it nonetheless. A 1-on-2 that is clutched out. There's nothing K23 is being given up.
One impressive play from Story. I've never really sort of watched a player play any game so far this season. Not had the pleasure of casting him, but my god, it has been a pleasure. That jump peak, playing for that information and not getting shot whilst doing that as well. Idis Balance. He's got a lot to answer for there, along with his teammate as well. Was it Raging who was on site?
Yes.
Yeah, that was disappointing sitting on that boost, even his head exposed. But you know, good attempt. But 8th round on the board here. Tea time. It is looking fairly brutal, and this is K23's map pick of all things. Roman has an opportunity, gets the information. Smoke's going to be going out, looking to return back through toilets. And now this slows them down slightly. For how long, that's going to be the real question. Flash goes out, pushing through the smoke. They're playing rather dangerously with the bomb on their back. They now render that smoke.
Safety.
Yeah.
He's back all the way back to the back of toilets. He's got Story covering it as well. Story's got himself an incendiary. This is a player that they've gone on a wild goose chase for right now. K23 really needs something soon.
Yeah, they had no information on where he actually ended up. Oh, this is going to be a big stack. Mutual's going to be joining in. Roman going to be pushing aggressive. His gun's been spotted. He does get traded. His next going to be able to take that kill, but Story, he just pushes up, shooting this gun like a shotgun it is. 3 left remaining on K23's side, all with rifles. This utility left. Flash goes out, but Just is in a perfect position. Doesn't get flash whatsoever, but it's going to be Muterus as the first kill. Second is going to be coming out from Just, who does get traded out. Oh, I just balanced. No AWP on him, but Story, he's got one of his own. Looking in for this final kill. Clips the slide of the player, gets the kill, and 9 rounds on the board now, and very convincingly from sAw. I mean, that play from Roman was just chef's kiss. Very well played.
keeps them, just gets so much information of exactly what's going on that Muterus doesn't just feel confident rotating over. He feels confident trying to go triple toilets and just retaking one side of A completely for them. K23's execute couldn't even start before it got interrupted. It is just some really good anchor position play coming out from Roman overall, the kind of information he's able to get and whatnot as well. But Muterus, man, where can I even fault him in his calling so far? It's been spectacular.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. That's going to be a match pause coming out. I imagine that was the K23 trying to bob their heads together and work out what they're going to do. I mean, across the board, you can see they're going to be a little bit light on a buy if they do force into this. It's going to be a bit of a half buy. Probably the right call on this one. They've only got a couple of rounds left. So ideally they can get a total of 6 rounds on the board.
Magus playing a very defensive connector presence early on, just happy with getting all that information. K23 is hoping to parlay that into another B-sided hit. Remember, one of their 2 rounds that they've gotten was a half buy on B, but this one will be a little bit tougher. U-Jerk so flashed off. What a timing from X5! He's good for 3!
Roman coming in from behind, doing a lot of damage, but no kill. X5 just demolished them. And Roman is just playing aggressive, but the bomb does go down. He's going to have to go absolutely huge to take these kills. Story from heaven. The flash comes through, but Story gains 0 information out of that. Or rather, no positional information. And that's actually going to be a deterrent. A save coming through. What an execution and what a play from the one rifle T-time that K23 had on that board. And they made it work for them fantastically.
Just great timing of the flashbang to be able to force them backwards, and then just, oh God, X5 just pushes all the way through. He already knew about the connector presence as well, so he only had a split second to be able to decide and tunnel vision in. A lot of players in that position might just want to take care of the connector flank that's going to likely come in, but X5 realizes he's the only person who can actually take an advantage of how good the flash was at forcing back those players with the sound cube they had as well. Docks into the corner as well, so the connector players can't take a deal with him head on, and it is perfect positioning and perfect play.
I want to see more of that from this team. X5 coming alive, picking up 3 of his 6 kills in that one round. Can't just have one player leading the charge. They've all got to come together on this to try and get a couple more rounds on the board. 3 more. They could be in with a shot going on towards the CT side. Solid buy, as expected from both sides. Still Galil and M4 on the side of K23. No real dedication or fast action from either one of these teams. K23 did that last round. They've decided to mix it up. Imagine going to be peeking in, looking for information. Roman. He's playing double up here with Story in towards the toilets position. Story holding on towards that long position, switching on over. Realizing that there's a lot of action coming down in towards this mid spot.
Refresh on the smoke for the B-bomb side. They do have an incendiary behind it as well that's in Just's pocket, but pulling it out of that range isn't exactly ideal. That smoke's up till about that 33-second mark, if I'm not wrong. Meanwhile, Roman moving past Raging. Good catch. Fantastic catch, but Story is going to be able to pull out the P250. New Raging was low, trades it away, and this is the call to rotate back to B.
Good timing. That was so close. Story going to be able to get that trade off. Mutu's going to have to go big here. The flash comes through. He's blinded, but still managed to lines up the kill. Just turns around in the nick of time. Gets the kill. Mutrus with another one as well. Behind his balance. Last one left alive. AWP in hand. They're going to play aggressive. Flash comes out. He's unable to recover the bomb, and well, he has to try and run away with the tail between his legs. 8 seconds left on the clock. If he stays here, they got to go hunting, but I don't think they have a solid amount of ideas to where he was. So he saves AWP. And that comes down to Roman spotting that player out the corner of his eye, unable to get the kill. As you can see here, but he did enough damage, which damage allowed his teammate to get the kill.
double digits already, man. This is an incredible first half coming out from sAw and their enemy team's map pick. They're setting up very nicely for what could, the way they're going, maybe even should be a solid 2-0. Obviously can't count any chickens before they're dead, though. Story, peek up, elevated position, flashed off.
X5. Same position he was when he got a 3-piece last time. But he's not going to get the same opportunity. sAw are in a different position. Good mindset as well from sAw. Trying to control that economy. Got it stable. I mean, they've been able to buy, if I'm right in saying, nearly every round. I think one round they weren't able to. And even then they had upgraded pistols. 5.7s and the like. It was the round from Story with the Deagle on that short position.
X5 and Magno have been able to actually keep 3 players occupied for quite a long time. Back towards the B bomb site, but Jaos is not quite in a position to be able to support his bomb and the +1 that goes with it. Meanwhile, flash peek to be set up. Story with the op just trained forward. They need to be able to blind him off the angle. Idis balance is gone. Positions revealed as well. Utrix is there to pick up a second one right through the edge of the wall. Is able to find it. He's still alive as well. Utrix obviously on the other side of the map. Not quite the kill that we thought we saw.
Yeah, we both thought we saw the AWP flick. It was not, but still. He's going to be pushing on through. Just kills the bomb plant, but the bomb has already gone down. The trade's going to be coming in thick and fast, and eventually the final player falls. JO tries his best, but tries he might unable to accomplish that. Okay, and AWP picked up. Solid recovery, and again, just smart plays from sAw. They had some extra information here. That first shot, that landing is so crucial. Denied them that extra play on that long position. Meant the bomb had to go in alone, so they waited a couple of seconds.
I mean, even Utrix finding the kill that obviously we thought was something else, but even Utrix finding the kill over on the B bombs, that is so incredibly important. It's the lurker of K23 that's just denied activation whatsoever. sAw feels no threat at that point, just committing towards the A bomb site, burning their ships and moving onwards. It just really, really nice stuff all around in the late round situation that sAw have been able to go for. Every single gun round they have won so far, and you can see why if the finishing parts of the closing parts of the round are just going to end up with Story finding a pick, Roman finding a pick, Muterus being able to call a good rotate. It's always the right play, it's always the right call once it moves past that 40 seconds mark for this team.
They've just been so decisive and confident in their plays. Ooh, Ujox is going to get slammed. Full bang to the AWP down to 10 HP. Simple nade, all that molly damage could take him down. Oh, only 2 points of damage done and dealt. X5, he's boosted up onto this spot. Could find a kill. He's waiting for it. And unfortunately, Ujox finds his head. Drops him like a sack of potatoes. Smoke should be going out. This could allow them the entry that they need. Flash will be 2 players in towards the first position. Yo doing a lot of damage, but unable to find the kill through the smoke. 40 seconds left on a clock here. sAw just going to be trying to waste down the time. Whistle it down. They have 0 utility left over here on the B site. Reggie's going to be playing a little bit of a distractive role over towards the A site, trying to counter the positions that they're over towards the B site. The first kill comes in. JO. Just quick work of Just. Mutra's going to be holding this angle. I disbalance unable to get in position there. Mutra's through the wall. Going to be able to get a wall bound. The deagle from Mutra. He runs out of bullets from his other gun. Has to resort to the pistol. Doesn't quite make it work for him. JO finds one. He's got 4 seconds. Oh, headshots galore. But the bomb unable to go down. He goes hunting. 1 bullet left in the magazine. He peeks around the corner. Oh, what a beast of a round. 12 rounds on the board for sAw. Let's hop into a quick break. Move back to the second half very shortly. Welcome back to the second half here of the K23 versus sAw matchup here on the ESL Challenger League Series. It's been a bit of a spicy start here, tea time. Can K23 bring it back?
Gonna be an uphill battle, and by uphill battle, I mean uphill with boulders rolling down at you and cauldrons of boiling oil poured down as well. But harder battles have been fought and won, and Raging is starting off nicely at least. The first headshot is good, trade from Muterus just as good, but Magno's position might not actually be known, so something maybe to be made of here.
Good start from both sides, both going to be able to find a kill. I thought that's actually going to be a multi-kill from Raging, but unable to accomplish that. Story of P250 going over the peak, spots one over towards back, takes a wild shot. Now got 3 players dedicated here on this site, on the side of K23. Some utility coming out. Flash, the headshot's missed. Roman is going to have to make up for his teammate. Fallen, he pushes on towards site. They may end up losing his head if he's not careful. X5 unable to hit those shots. Roman does get the kill. Disbalance going to be pushing in from back. Looking to try and cash this check in. He has exactly that, but Muterus, that backstabber, that's going to be Muterus. Fallen though, Roman, last one left alive. He's getting absolutely obliterated here. He tried his best, but unable to accomplish it. 4K for Disbalance in the end.
What recovery coming out from him. He just single-handedly puts his team in his back. And obviously, just to give it a bit more context to everyone who's watching in, Disbalance has got a 4K in the first round of the second half, and he's still not breaking 10 kills. This is a very difficult situation to be finding yourselves in, especially because it wasn't like K23's aim was failing, right? So CT side should be at least kinder for them in that regard, and they will hopefully be able to pick up some confidence for themselves as well. But before I can have a real conversation about whether they're in this game or not, I need to see at least like 7, maybe even 8 rounds from them.
Yeah, they're going to have time to do that as well. You can see that sAw just opted in to play a little bit of slow pistol rounds. I imagine they're trying to just get in the heads of K23 at the moment. Try to go for any kills if there's any over-eagerness from K23. Single P250 in the hands. And this is obviously the first... Ooh, Raging is actually super low here, 1 HP. If he falls, that could be another gun. A gun, actually, in the hands of the opposition. The kill could come out, but Disbalance answers back to the A1. Should be pretty much round over. Some extra money in the bag as well from the MP9 there. But this is the map pick from K23, so you got to hope that they can bring it hard on the CT side.
Good that they'll be able to pad up some money as well. Just making sure you don't lose out more than 2 players is incredibly important here, and even more so when you're considering that sAw on the other side are coming back with 5 AKs, only 3 flashbangs though. So could have liked to see some Galils, to be honest. It's something that is gonna go a long way with you in Overpass. Oh, what's going on here? That's a delayed second Molotov, generally accompanied by a good grenade, and that's exactly what we do end up seeing coming out. Story counting down to 60.
Good initial damage. I'm intrigued to see if Storage decides to go for the AWP. With how aggressive he was playing in that first half, I'm not going to be surprised if he does opt in for it. Utility-wise, a couple of smokes, 2 flashes, a couple of mollies as well. Looks like they're trying to hunt for any kind of information. Flash comes out. Justin's playing a little bit dangerous there. There's back to the unknown. He does realize this, turns around. Yo is jumping in for information, has now refrained from doing so once again. Now X5 holding on towards this position. Gun-wise, sAw are looking rather healthy. This is the bonus round for K23 and Story through the smoke. Magnus looking so happy. Boost as well. Roman going in for the entry, but Flash going to be denying him the molly as well. Going to be potentially damaging if he tries to push through it. There's the back off. The smoke comes out just with the kill to JO. That is huge. This allows them the opportunity to push over towards a short position. Disbalance playing towards water. He's going to have to catch just with guard if he wants to succeed this. He does exactly that, but the rotations come through tea time. They go in A.
It's a little bit slow though, so Raging's been given the chance to start coming back over. 10 seconds on the clock. He's going to be in a great position. User jumping up, and Raging is just rocking and rolling all over to say bumps, and he's not done dancing yet. Good for the triple. Great timing with the rotation coming through from Raging there, but the fact that sAw recommit back to the A bomb site and aren't trying to thunderfoot forward just blows my mind. Utrix was trying to make sure that his teammates could close down the spacing with him a little bit more so they'd have a better time scaling onto the bomb site, but it just gives Raging the time that he needs to reestablish himself. And that comes off the back of them waiting 30 seconds on that boost for just to get another kill on the B bomb site, committing their lurker very early on so he can't stall the rotates either. It's a bit of a fluffed out, end closing bit to the round for sure.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a wet-ended one, and it was exciting to see, obviously, Raging able to get a couple of kills there and just deny them. But he shouldn't have been given the chance. Couple of pistols, don't expect much from this round. Maybe Roman and Mutrus could get something here. Maybe with these deals, never mind. I just balanced like, well, I wasn't above 10 kills earlier on, but I definitely am now.
Not in its style as well. How you speed up? Well, I'm going to go from 5 to 16 in 4 rounds.
He's a speed racer, mate. And
obviously, to go back to the point about sAw's win rate in this map and sAw's experience in this map, it hasn't been positive, right? So T-side is where you expect to see them struggle. You'd think the 12-3-1/2 is more than enough to be able to at least sustain what should be a couple of, hey, I'm going to fall over, trip over myself and get some wins. Maybe back of that, even in the worst case scenario. But still, long ways to go. 4 grenades, though. This is going to be a nade stack that's being lined up, but a little bit delayed, so the boost will take some damage, but the problem is it's for the back jump spot angle instead.
It's unfortunate. Actually only opted in for a couple of nades there. Could have gone with a couple of extra, might have worked out. Damage didn't really do too much. Nade does come out. Magno does drop down to 73 HP, taking a couple of points of damage there. 27 rather. Roman trying to find anything, but K23 are just playing super passive on this round. They're turtling it up. Hiding the head, mate.
I just realized turtles do hide their head. I've always said turtling up, but I've never thought about what it would actually look like if a turtle turtled up. I thought you're on a shell. You're a turtle.
Ooh,
fair.
This boost though. Story might catch him off guard, but his teammate pushes forward too early. Catches him off guard, and JO is just tearing them apart. The AWP does get the kill, but honestly, too little, too late.
20 seconds. This is going to be a rough one.
Oh, I just bounced for the kill. No, they've not got this. Raging's in perfect position. Story finds another one, but he's going to have to go huge. A 1v3 on 31 HP. He has got an AWP, but he's going to be running out of bullets. Out of life as he falls.
Right, so they're up to 8. I can start believing them now. Okay, let's go, K23.
You're back in the K23 camp.
I'm back in camp. I'm back in class, and I've got to say that so far, JO, Balance, and Raging have been teaching me a fair bit about doubting them. sAw, again, some crucial mistakes coming through. You can see what's going wrong there. Mutrus was actually spotted out by the player down below regardless, so JO being able to catch out a sight on those feet means that Mutrus knew he had to take the peak or back off and abandon everything there before JO could potentially have had a flashbang to come through to try and take a peek out wide. So he felt pressured to go peek forward, and in that position where his teammates are boosting behind him, there will never be a trade. It's 2 1v1s, which JO does very well to win out, and that just gives him the round when it's that late into it.
This is a different team from K23. I mean, their T side was so abysmal. I'm not going to be kind about it. They weren't playing like this. They weren't hitting the shots they needed to. They weren't playing very smart in a lot of instances. Or rather, everything they did, sAw were just picking them apart. And I think a big part of that was actually Story playing kind of hyper-aggressive, that AWP at times. Roman as well. That Roman and Story, T-time, on the CT side, that was a fantastic duo.
And that's a duo that just hasn't been able to perform so far on the T side in the same way. Mutrus leading the pack on 18, generally speaking, has always been known as an IGL who can frag with the best of them. But sometimes it doesn't matter even if he is fragging, the rest of his team can look slightly disjointed, and that's a sacrifice that occasionally, you know, you're not sure where that sacrifice needs to be made. Is that more of an IGL thing? Is that players having, you know, a bad form? Is it trying to get them all together that's not really working out the same way? What exactly is going on? Right now, maybe they can get some karma going, some half-buys to counter out the half-buy losses they had to K23 as well. Who knows?
Through the smoke comes out, dying disbalance, unaffected by any of these flashes. It's quick work. Making it to be these players. Should be a fairly clean round. They only lose one player. X5, he's impressed me with some of his sprays here. His accuracy.
X5 have just been able to get off a couple of highlight reel rounds for sure. I mean, you're looking back towards a round where he pushed up through short. Now we're here as well. Just the ability to face down players one by one comfortably and calmly is really commendable.
Yeah, just resetting that aim. Absolutely beautiful. But we go into a bye round. sAw. They're only 3 rounds ahead now of K23, so that round deficit from K23 is diminishing every round we go forward.
I mean, they've gone for util for a faster play towards B, but I mean, they don't have any short presence at all. The CTs have the perfect reaction to the smoke coming out for the connector door, which would generally be for the sake of stopping the crunch. Justice already in the bomb, but he can't find the kills.
Oh, team headshot going to be coming through. It's going to be a flash. Double kill. One of the players going to be joining up. Just going to have to swing on through, but he only finds one, leaving Roman to try and clutch us out in a 1v3. The bomb is dropped, so at least this information is out for K23 at the moment. The player coming in from heaven. Disbalance finds it. That is his 19th kill. Really well played, like you said. K23 was set up perfectly there. And the flash coming through and the team headshot from sAw. We just tied together to be an absolute brutal round.
I mean, I don't understand what is going on with the scaling here. They're both just hugging the pillar for dear life. It's right there, you're completely confused. The anti-flashes, the counter-flashes are catching you all off. Your entry pack duo who's supposed to be going forward and clearing out the side so that the rest of your players can maybe even jump through the left side smoke wall. But they can't move because your pack can't move, and then everyone can't move, and then you're all dead.
Essentially, you know. Someone needs to clean up their act. A couple of Julie's going to be coming out. Some utility as well. Maybe spending a little bit too much into this round. They've had 0 luck with pistols so far. Let's see if that luck can change. And they're in control of their own luck, so if they don't, they're the only ones to blame. Considering they're going to be burning them alive, they decide to try and push through this good counter smoke, but that's going to be given a lot of information on over to K23. So the whereabouts a couple of these players just holding this position. Seeing if anyone's wanted to go in for that boost position. Not going to happen though.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what the game plan should be from sAw from here on out because their late rounds are having so much trouble. I honestly feel like this is so dumb to say because it's really not a solution 99% of the time, but even just a well-coordinated rush could take them a long way at this stage.
It seems like they have a lot of hesitancy to do exactly that. Well, it's going to be a rush nonetheless over towards this position, but Rajan's in the perfect position to find multiple. It's going to be a 3-piece. Looking in for the 4th with his USP, but Disbalance is there, looking to try and steal away his kills to, well, steal it off his does find one with the P250, but that's going to be all she wrote. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I think that sort of coordinated rush that you were talking about is kind of where they need to go on this. We just saw there that there was actually a lot of mistakes on the side of K23. Beijing was allowed a lot of movement and a lot of area to really take advantage of.
sAw going for the triple nade set instead of extra flashes again makes you think that it's going to be another perhaps attempt at the nade stack to come through towards the B bomb side. If they can find some damage with that, that would be quite nice, but Again, Magno's already crossed over. They need a smoke on the CTs. K23 fully flashed out, and in they go. But X5 is here, only good for the one, and rotates are far, far away.
Well, he's able to push onto the site. The bomb is going to be pushing on J.O. He's played aggressive. He's very fast to the punch. He fights two, even the bomb holder. And the final one there was going to be just now Story, last one left alive. Oh, being this final player and just having seen your team absolutely destroyed. I disbalanced just coming from behind and tagging him. I don't know what to say, Saw. That was pretty much exactly what happened last time, if I recall correctly. They just got stumbled around that position. They were very slow to go in for that final bit of an execution, and that really allowed JEO to just get into position.
It's strange because it feels like they're being communicated the plan in two different goals, which is one is the plan of how to get to the pillar, and the other is the plan on how to go from beyond there. It feels like that little skip between the protocols of post plant and actually getting the plant down is maybe just not well enough rehearsed.
Too slow. Potentially getting inside their heads. 12-12. We went into this half with 3 rounds on the board for K23. Saw at the moment unable to accomplish anything on their T side. Doing even worse at this point than K23.
Again, the A-bomb site's already been occupied. Raging trying to show off what Roman did earlier on, and with Idis Balance spotting out the players on long, he can just re-navigate over. Shadow spotted out. Jo good for the one. Idis Balance just has to prevent the long players from coming out from behind, but Roman's good for 2. Udrix left alone, and the Deck 9 is just unable to find anything. So despite Roman being given perhaps more than he should have been, they still keep 3 players alive. The money is still balling out of control. They can get a limo ride back to the studio, wherever they want to go. Yeah, they're good for this. 13-12, they take the lead, and what a way to do it.
Yeah, 13k in the bank for the AWP player Idis Balance. He is laughing all the way to the bank. Magno 10k. Yeah, this is looking fantastic for K23, and also looking fantastic for you and your prediction at the start, saying that you feel that Saw are going to be dropping the ball, and they were looking so good on their first side. Imagine if we look back at it, we would see potentially some more weaknesses now with seeing hit this half, but K23 are just doing a fantastic job. They might be able to clothesline this player, Rage in. Never mind, Udrix is too slow to the punch. Playing passive up towards that fountain area, waiting for any kind of aggressive plays. Mutris following up this player, but it's all too slow. Ragin was able to back off, and he had that information. Oh, Roman realizing how lucky he was there. Magno does get tagged slightly through the wall. Mutris with the flash goes in for the peek. Udrix just going to be sitting in the smoke, waiting to see if anyone's going to be trying to copycat what Roman did earlier on. 55 seconds.
Long-sided hit to come through, but again, no flashes. You're purely reliant on getting aim duels here. And sure, the one Molotov from Udrix could actually give you a pretty sizable advantage if you're getting it at the right place, but it's 35 seconds on the clock. Raging's going to be interrupting their route forward, but Roman, great timing found. It's actually a team flash and just moves in for more. Idis Balance on the back of the bomb site, good for the double. Still wants to keep it fighting out over, but Mutris has been blocked out by the Molotov. Mutris pushing through, inching forward, gets the headshot, 15 seconds on the clock. They can get onto the bomb site, but the flank coming in fast. Magno will be able to cut them out and off. Mutris is down. Story, a one-on-one to enable him to plant the bomb, but on top of the garbage bin, it's extra time left to get the bomb plant, and he will have to take a knee and go down. Saw still restricted to 12.
Wow. I thought when Roman was able to get that kill, I thought it was over, but Idis Balance just coming out the woodwork. And then Magno just denying Mutris. That was so close, but the lack of the flashes were quite damning. But fortunately for them, K23 did come out with a team flash. 12 rounds. Be the penultimate round here for this map. With all things considered, I mean, that was well played by Saw in the end, but There's a couple of mistakes here or there, but overall, K23 pulled it out of the bag.
And it's also got such a difficult decision to go for as well, right? Do you force by here?
Yeah.
Do you fight for overtime? And they will choose to go for the former, but they have not just hit a roadblock, they've hit it again and again and again. Their car has turned into a bicycle, their bicycle has turned into a pedestrian, their pedestrian has, you know, broken an arm somewhere in the middle. sAw's got no idea how to go through this.
I think sAw were just like, well, we haven't won a single round on T side so far, so let's not bank everything on the being able to take it all the way to overtime just with the first initial kill. I think this is one of the first times they've actually managed to get the first kill on a round. Don't quote me on that, but it's just going on my memory. That's the case with Regin. He's in a perfect position. The trade comes out quick and fast. Ujerk's trying to be the hero that his team needs, and now they actually have a chance, a lifeline. But I disbalance. He's looking to cut that lifeline in half. I'm not sure if he spotted him. He must have done because that spray coming out. Smoke going to be landing. Go towards that long spot, allowing a push on that position if they so wish. I disbalance has backed off. Look at the utility T-time. Got very little. And X5 is looking to restrict that even further. He takes down a player, equalizing the player count. Going to be a 3-on-1 situation here, but you know what, X5, he's got a molly, he's going to be burning them alive. They have to find the kill, but they fail. He stays alive for now, just in time to try and let his teammates go in for the rotation, which is exactly what happens. The bomb's going to be going down, but Ujerk from the sideline kills one. Now I disbalance, the player of the hour, looking to try and clutch this out in a 1v3. He could pull out his P2, his pistol rather, and potentially pick this off, but he's going to go in for the save.
A split second earlier on the Molotov, and you would have seen a different round there. Ujerk's staying alive with 7 HP. Some great entries as they move in back towards the B-bomb site, despite X5 doing all he could to actually find the initial kills. The problem is when you put yourself up on top of the site and then drop down, it's so obvious to your position, where in water you could be in one of 3 different places in water, just in different angles, watching out for the crossover from next to pillar, watching out from the bridge, just playing the safest angle imaginable, waiting for your heaven players to rotate over as well. There's all of these different options. So by playing on top of the bomb site, X5 gives away that element of surprise. He does that to use the Molotov early, but unfortunately loses most of his life as he's doing it as well, and just can't keep himself alive for long enough. First round on the board for sAw comes off the back of a half buy, and perhaps within that desperation they found something that can finally work.
First round, mate, for sAw on the T side. It's just so late in the day. It does make me worry about that nade. The double nade's going to work out. Mango's going to be in the perfect position, but he's got an orb. He finds 1 second's not going to come through. X5 completely blind. He doesn't need to see his targets. Mutrus going to be blinding him by taking off his head. Yo's in a good position here. Unknown at the moment. The bridge player is going to be crossing, gets the information, but no, he doesn't see him. The kill comes through. The bomb has to go down, but they delay it. Mutrus, what are you doing? Yo's not even playing aggressive. Molly's going to be going down now. The peak as well, and now it's going to be left in a 1v3 of all things. Mutrus. He's got to play with the time. His position now documented. The backstab's going to be coming through. He has to find the kill on this player, but unfortunately he does not. Regin backstabs him. sAw just stumbling the ball once again.
Really nicely played by Geo over there. Just the fact that he's able to keep himself alive for that long. Just a great Molotov as well to come through on the bomb site to support. So Mutrus couldn't try and swipe out and take the one-on-one isolated deal with the smoke still down and turn that into a 1-on-2, which is much more doable because the remaining 2 players are so split apart as well. It's a great defense of that B bomb site, and sAw, yeah, they look better. They look much better, right? They're not getting stuck on the pillar. They're actually moving through. Their smoke for the site is early enough for them to not have to worry about heaven, but early enough is sort of the main point you have to focus in on. Is it too late for these improvements to be coming in? I disbalance his skills, certainly seems to think so. He's moving for another, will find it, and even backs off somehow.
I'm not quite sure how he's still alive. Just looking to push over to the side. Yo is alive and peeks over the top of the wood. Gets the kill on that Mutrus and Story. Last one's left alive. Mango's going to be pushing through the smoke. Catches Mutrus with his pants down. we're left. The final piece of the story. AWP. No utility. Base pistol, the Glock, if I'm right in saying. He's got a shotgun in his hands. Okay, and AWP finds the shot. He's got to find 3 more. The bomb. Only out of play. He has to go pick it up. 2 players looking to push. Get some information. He's having to clean out all the angles. So this whole time he's going in for this. We're going to be seeing a player come up behind him. Magno. Towards this B short, we do see one and only Jo coming through. 30 seconds.
He'll be backing off over towards the A-bomb side, and look, with the amount of time there is, they will be hot on his heels as well. They've cleared out connector, they're moving upwards. I think if he keeps on delaying it like this, Jo might just get the backstrap here, and now game is over. K23 to take it, and what a thing to say when you are down 3-12 and your only 1 rounds are half by. You didn't get a single gun round in your first half, and you come through, clean up the second like your 2018 Astralis in there.